mental health comes first. True. If I'm not happy, that means I'm suffering psychologically. And I won't be a good partner if I'm not 100%.
You're not
content.
Yeah, if you're not content with something, don't settle. You deserve better. You're worth more than you know. You know, go for what you're worth.
So I don't think anybody is above or below the other person. It's an equal playing field as long as both parties define their roles from the beginning.
Being healthy in the relationship or in the marriage. I should not be submissive in a toxic manner.
Yeah.
And then when I enter my house, I should know my place in the house.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nivisha Chat Corner. So today it's going to be a little different. As you can see, we have only females here. We're trying to switch it up a bit. So today we're going to talk about basically navigating modern society as a woman, as a lady in our 20s. What do we feel? Society expectations, requirements, pressures. So that's what we're going to talk about. So guys, hi.
Hi.
So first I want you guys to tell me, what do you think femininity is to you? What does it mean to be feminine?
To be a woman.
Yeah. So what does it mean exactly?
So that's basically the definition of a woman. A natural, loving, caring, everything soft.
Everything soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being a feminist.
Just femininity in general. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what she said.
Yeah.
Being soft.
Being soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think femininity is not only tied to a woman, it's the behavior, character, and basically just behavioral and mostly character of the feminine gender or woman.
Yeah.
But you can also find men who are in touch with their feminine side. There are men who are soft.
Okay.
But now, today we're just focusing on women.
Yeah.
So the basically character and character of a
does
woman.
that mean if you're loud, if you're opinionated, if you're sort of like aggressive and a go-getter, you're not feminine?
You are.
Yeah. Because most of the time that's attributed to like a masculine trait, you know?
And if you're a woman and you have those traits, you're termed as
radical.
you're termed as radical, and people fear you.
Yeah.
Like you threaten people.
Unajifanya mwanaume.
Una threaten. They're afraid of. Actually, men are afraid of outspoken women.
Basically, you're just destroying every social construct that has been put.
Yeah, because society, a woman is meant to be seen and not heard.
True.
So you're supposed to be soft, submissive. Yeah.
Now, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
It can come naturally if I'm treated well.
For me, so even if I'm treated well, it's just a part of me that has to be out there. I have to have my opinion has to be out there.
Yeah, true.
Like I won't conform to what you want me to be.
Yeah.
I won't conform to being feminine just because you want.
You want me to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does it mean being feminine that your opinion cannot be heard? You can be soft and still speak up, You don't have to be loud or aggressive.
I think she's defining it from the perspective of what society terms as feminine.
Yeah, where you don't speak up.
Where you're submissive.
You basically don't have an opinion.
Exactly. All you have to do is take in.
Okay. So then the next question I want to ask is, do you feel like there's a biasness in society in between like females and males in terms of gender roles?
Definitely.
Even from your family and experiences, do you see yourself being treated differently compared to your
brothers
male counterparts?
Very.
Yeah,
very
in what
brothers,
sense?
only girl.
Yeah.
Like wow. The way my mom treats my brothers is way different from the way she treats me.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, like let's say the same age my brothers are right now, they're 12 turning 13.
Yeah.
I was in the kitchen, I was doing dishes, cooking.
Basically, the
Yeah, you
second
know.
mom.
Yeah.
Okay, not
Feminine
basically the
chores.
same. No, she was like, I wasn't really doing them, but she was teaching me how to do them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now we actually disagree. Like we argue sometimes because I'm like, these ones should be doing this, you know, and she's
They're
like,
old
no.
enough.
I'm like, no, they're old enough. At some point they'll be alone, you know.
They
They
need
have
to
to
know.
learn.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they should do them, but they have to learn how to do them. You know,
Yeah.
they have to be responsible.
Because later on, what happens when he goes to campus?
Yeah.
He's by himself.
Exactly.
The same thing happens to me. If, maybe if you are dining, then the food finishes.
Yeah.
Then mom
You
has
have to refill it.
I have to go
The kitchen.
put it again.
Yeah.
Then I tell my brother Ahmed, go and put the food. Mama nakataa. Anasema ati
Kijana singeka sufuria.
kama mama for 2020 na akikuwa peke yake what
That's
will
true.
happen?
Yeah.
So I think I'm making a bit of an impact
Yeah.
in my family
trying.
because I'm trying to tell mom there are no specific gender roles.
Yeah.
In terms of like household chores,
Everyone should do it.
To cook, everyone needs to eat to survive. You should be able to learn how to cook. It's like, you know, this whole thing like, no, will a man marry you if you don't know how to cook?
Yeah.
Will I marry him if he doesn't know how to cook?
Exactly.
If I'm sick, who's going to feed me? You know? It's not just my responsibility, but society has made it seem like this is what a woman's supposed to do, this is what a man is supposed to do. And like in the olden days it worked.
Yeah,
It worked.
Because women
But
stayed at home.
They also failed to some extent.
Yeah, in what sense?
Because
Yeah.
those days our mothers were submissive. All they did was play the society feminine role. They were not outspoken.
Yeah.
But they also raised, let's say, our older sisters the same way. That does not empower a woman. I don't know if you all agree with me.
Yeah, no, I'm
You get
getting
it,
you.
yeah?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
That does not empower a woman because, okay, fine. The same thing we were discussing, that's what they tell people for kitchen parties.
Yeah.
Before you get married, you have to be submissive. You have to vumilia.
Okay, I have a question.
Sorry,
I have a question. What do you think being submissive means? I think that's where we need to start.
And
Because
there are
is it
also
wrong to
places
be
you should-
submissive?
No, there are places where you
Yeah.
should be submissive.
Yeah.
Not everything he says goes, and my opinion is disregarded. You get me?
Yeah. So,
So
I think
there
it
are
comes into
places
the
where-
definition
Yeah.
of submissive. Yeah.
You're not supposed to be submissive in all areas. What if he's mistreating you, and then that's what as I've said, our mothers vumiliared, so now they expect us, oh, you should also vumilia.
Yeah.
Look at since COVID-19 started, since this entire lockdown thing and curfew,
Yeah.
have you been watching the news? The number of domestic violence have been rising
Yeah.
every other day because watu wameambiwa nini? Wavumilie.
Yeah.
You can't be with somebody who's literally beating you up every day
Alafu unavumilia.
Una-
na
Vumilia.
unavumilia. That's not
Yeah.
the type of submissiveness you're supposed to have
Yeah.
as a woman. There are places you should be submissive, we all
Yeah.
know, but there are places where you're supposed to stand out. Like if somebody this wacha na maneno ya ndoa, when it comes to literally being a human, we are partners in this.
Yeah.
When it comes to marriage, right? We're partners in this. You should hear what I have to say as much as I will be willing to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's the part.
But that applies like in society in general, whether it's at school, whether it's at home, whether it's
Yeah.
with your partner, whether whatever social circles you're in.
Yeah, I also think it's just knowing your place in the house, and it should be a healthy one.
Yeah.
Being healthy in the relationship or in the marriage. I
Yeah.
should not be submissive in a toxic manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I enter my house, I should know my place in the house.
In the house, yes.
He should be above me, even if I am more empowered or
Yeah.
or I earn more than him. He should be above him so that we balance.
Okay, wait, I need clarification.
I know what you're saying. She's literally translating the ayah Ar-Rijal Qawwamuna 'ala
And
an-Nisa.
it should be that way.
But he can take advantage of that. He can
That's what I'm
mistreat you, and if
saying.
you bring it up, he says,
That's what I'm saying. It should be a healthy one.
Yeah.
Yes, not a toxic one.
But it can't be healthy because of male chauvinism. Like that ego that they just have in them. If you're earning more than a man, if you're just higher than him, there's something in him, as in that's just there.
Yeah.
But we should not show them that we earn more than him.
Exactly. I think what you're trying to say,
no,
it's not like
be
you should be above. I don't think anyone should be above or below the other person. I think marriage is a partnership. You're all on a level playing field.
Yeah.
But there's a distinction between what I can't make more money than my partner, then I come home and I act like I'm in charge, I'm the boss. Exactly. He has to do everything I have to say. I think that's what you're trying to say. So irrespective of what's outside there, when you come into the household, you guys, both of you should be on a level playing field. You're equal. It doesn't matter who makes more money, because it's the same way. It can switch, where if a man makes more money, he'll make his woman feel less important, and make her feel inferior in the situation. So I don't think anybody is above or below the other person. It's an equal playing field, as long as both parties define their roles from the beginning. Because whatever works for you in your household, that's what matters. So for some people, a woman would like to not work, to stay at home, and she's more happy just going along with what her husband wants, because that's what she finds her happiness in. That's fine. But the moment she speaks out about something, that doesn't mean her opinion should be any less because she doesn't pay the bills, you know? So I think in a situation like that. Okay, so let's shift from this whole, because this is a whole topic of marriage.
It is really wide.
It will take all our time. So let's go a bit deeper, and let me ask you guys, if you go to like a bus stop and you're getting into a matatu, that's public transportation, and there's only guys in the matatu, do you think about it before you get in? Do you step back a bit and wait to see if a lady will get in? Will you let that public transportation go to get onto another bus?
I'll start. For me, it's from experience. It's not being naive, but I don't walk around thinking somebody has ill intention towards me. I don't walk around feeling like that, because I know I don't have any ill intention towards anyone, so I'm not expecting that to be reflected on me. I have gotten into a matatu more than once, where I had to sit in between men, and in a way I felt harassed. But I can't speak, I'm the only lady in the matatu. And maybe sometimes you actually notice it after you're already on board.
That you're the only one.
That I'm the only lady in the matatu. We're already on our way, it's moving. I can't alight. If you do that, you're going to get into a confrontation with the makanga. So it has happened more than twice. So ever since that time, I usually, if I'm not gonna sit in front with the driver, actually next to the door, plus I'm tall, you see matatus are squeezed. My knees always
You're
suffer.
very strategic.
So if I don't sit in front, I'll wait for the next matatu, because I have experienced it firsthand. That literally you sit next to someone. It happened to me and also a friend of mine, Faiza, from I don't know if you're following the YouTube channel. Okay. You'll get to know her. She told me that there's a time she got into a matatu. See the seat just behind the driver. So she was sitting in the middle, and then there was a man next to her. This person started touching her face, like turned her face and was touching her face. And she was pissed, so she started like calling him out. And everyone was she got everyone's attention. And then this guy was like, "But you're my sister." And everyone ignored. And he continued doing what he was doing, so she had to get off the matatu. So if you have had such confrontation when it comes to using a public transport, you have to be cautious.
Do you guys think about it before you get onto a matatu?
It's a natural reflex to think about it. But most of the time when I was finishing my school, my classes used to end at 9. So by the time I reach town, it's around 10 or 9:50 there. So most of the people who are in the matatu were men. So I just had to put the thick skin.
And why do you think you felt uncomfortable in such a situation? Because has something happened to you in that situation?
No, it has never happened to me.
But why do you think you feel uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable,
you mean? Because
I think the society, and also the society has framed it that we should be cautious about them.
You should be worrying of men. Yeah. And you, Nasim?
Okay, at first, to be honest, I wasn't even cautious. Any matatu, I'm in, you know. Then there's this time one came and I was ready to enter. I was with my mom. Then she's like, Apana, because it was full of men. So I'm like, looking at him.
Like, what's the big deal?
Then she's like, Apana, woni mejatu, wababa.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. So then, like, we stood back. Then I'm like, Bona. Then after that, that's when she explained to me what.
You started having that conversation.
Yeah, we had that conversation, and like ever since that reflex just came.
Yeah.
If it's the driver and the conductor and one man, I'll have to wait and see if there's another woman. Like at times we can go and there's like 2 women and then plus it's full of men.
Yeah.
And if it's happened actually.
Yeah.
And when the woman alighted, I just followed her.
Yeah, because
like,
you panic.
Yeah, because I was like, I can't go. Let me get another one.
Yeah. No, I was wondering because I've had that experience where not really anything has happened to me, but I've gotten into a tattoo and I thought nothing of it. I just got in and we started moving. Then the moment I realized, you know, when you're just looking around and I'm like, and I start panicking. And I always ask myself, like, why do I panic? Because it's not like they'll do anything to me necessarily, but I think unfortunately the times we live in and the society we live in, as a woman you have to be wary of your surroundings and who you come across, who you cross paths with. And then now let's say in school and work, do you also take the same precautions? Like, for example, when you're in campus, if you were to go see a lecture, do you go with your friend, or are you okay going by yourself? Do you not think about it?
I personally take
a friend with you.
No, I personally take precautions, and I usually put a boundary within my acquaintances. I don't allow the close physical contacts with men. Or they have normalized hugging as a form of greetings, and I'm not of that. So I think the streets have made me tough. And I am
every episode is like the streets.
You have learned a lot from
the streets.
In a good way, yes.
Life experience.
In a good way, yes. There's a day. It has happened severally when I am about to board a matatu, then the conductor is touching me here. The other time I did this. Like, don't tell me. Is it a must that you touch me so that I enter?
I have that issue too. Even in town, like, have you passed anywhere where they do manicure? The way they literally drag kuja nikutengeneze kucha.
Like,
don't touch me. I don't like that. So sometimes someone looks like you like, I've just touched you.
I know.
First of all, there is corona. Why are you touching me?
Even before that, what makes you think you have a right to my personal space?
Exactly. Like there is a personal space, which I think a lot of people don't acknowledge that. But there is a personal space, and you're supposed to respect that. If you come close to me and I move, why are you still coming? You get me?
I have this mentality. If you touch me sawa, I won't enter your matatu. Nitengea huyu mwenye atanishika.
Mimi nafanya tu hivi na naingia.
And why do you think you automatically feel safer in an environment where there's another woman? Even if you don't know them, you automatically feel safer.
Because I think women, we have that thing. You can't look at another woman suffer.
Sisterhood.
Or that sisterhood thing. You cannot look at another lady being harassed and you just keep quiet. Like, you'll speak out or at least try and stop them or say something. So I think we always feel like another woman has our back, another lady has my back more than a guy.
Which is rather unfortunate, don't you think?
Because most of the time they turn against you.
Because atasema huyu anafanywa kitu, if I get
if
you,
you will also
should actually be the one taking the phone and recording you being mistreated or something.
But actually, to be honest, it's what the society has normalized. I have lived in Khartoum, Sudan, and I think because of the Islamic culture there, men are very protective of women, whether they know them or not. I have never experienced that in Kenya, but you get into a matatu in Sudan, even if it's full, an older person, let's say Rikaya Babako, atakusimamia kiti because you're a lady. Even when you're crossing the road, if there are a bunch of men, they'll wait until no car is going to stop because they are men, they want to cross. But if there's a lady, cars will slow down, so these men get an advantage and also cross the road. So it's only in Sudan that I have seen men who do not know you and they're protective of you.
No.
I wish we could have the same here in Kenya. When I came back, I literally used to cry in traffic because you get harassed, especially being a Muslim lady. People will heckle, they'll catcalling. Thank God my name is not that common. So unless you literally call me Husna, I know you know me. But nobody in the street will be shouting Husna, Halima, Amina, Fatuma. So you just keep walking.
No, I've had such experiences here in Kenya, and I've had such experiences even in Switzerland of strangers where I normally feel a bit worried because I'm like, I'm in a hijab, I'm in a like European country. Would it be like a bit of racism and stuff? But I've had men who've gotten up and given me their seats, offered me their seats, who've helped me with my bags or held the door for me there, where I would expect them not to, just the mere fact that I'm Muslim, or then another layer that I'm African, like I'm black, decent. But then here also I had an experience just the other day, and I was talking to my sister about it, and I was saying, mashallah, there should be more men like this. I was driving and my car started having problems, so I just pulled up into like this automobile place. It was like a garage, hapo. Then the man came, and then I explained to him what was up. He offered me some water. That's then nice. He called his guys, they opened up the car, they checked it for me. It was something to do with like steering fluid. Now I know a lot about cars. And then they refilled it for me, and he didn't even charge me. And I was like, no, let me pay. And he's like, no. And it was an older man. And he was like, no, we need to look after you sisters. So whenever you're passing by, if you have a problem, just stop by, we'll help you.
That's nice.
And I was like, oh my God.
Know.
And I was so touched because we're not used to it in our society right now. You don't normally just turn to a man for help, which is what should be.
Should be happening.
It should be normalized.
Like, we're not used to being treated well, as in, so we settle for less. You know, we just used to.
If someone's not your relative, you don't.
The same happened to me yesterday. I was
yesterday.
Yes, escorting my auntie who came to visit. So I was in a big blanket. I looked a bit disturbed, but I wasn't. Maybe I think I wasn't, but someone else could tell that I am. So there's a guy who told me, we were just passing against each other, and he told me, usifikiria sana dada yangu, ala kuna wewe, nikatani hivi. Like,
that's nice.
No, I think there's good men out there, because I've had situations even like someone will be like, no, close your bag, it's open. Or someone will be like, no, let me help you, acha nikusindikize kidogo, like, where you going, I'll take you. So I think there's men out there who have that instinct to protect women and to care for them. And that's why sometimes you'll see a man rushing to help a woman quicker than a woman is willing to help another woman. Yeah, which is sad, but it's true.
We are against each other. I think it's a natural thing, but it shouldn't. We should be there for each other.
Okay, so another thing I want to talk about. Do you feel pressure to get married from society? As a woman in your 20s.
Why?
Do you feel pressure?
Because it did.
Yeah.
Definitely the pressure is there. Especially from our community, the Nubian community. I literally want to big up a lot of Nubian ladies, because nowadays a lot of women have been empowered. People have gone back to school. People are no longer settling for less. So I feel like, yes, that pressure is there, but we still keep our heads up. I did not travel to another country, live there for 5 years to come and settle for somebody who does not allow me to work. You understand me?
Yeah.
You do not struggle with your education to settle for somebody who is not going to value the things you have achieved in life. You understand me?
To celebrate you.
You want somebody who will celebrate your achievements with you, not somebody who will feel intimidated with what you have achieved.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of ladies in our society right now have that in their head, and people are pursuing whatever it is. Yes, this pressure is there, but we're still keeping our heads high. Personally, I have faced it from way back, because I'm tall. I am pretty tall, so someone looks at you like, yeah, you should have been.
She's not just pretty tall, she's pretty and tall.
Thank you.
And glowing. Melanin. No, I'm asking.
Yes, that pressure is there, but nowadays a lot of women, through women empowerment, we have a purpose and everybody is pursuing theirs. So nobody is settling for less. Yes, if you want to succumb to the pressure, you know how it's going to end. Like you've seen enough examples, right? Like you've literally seen enough examples in the society. And also, I think we'll discuss that next. That kind of instills fear in us when it comes to marriage. So you're like, no, I'm not getting married until I have this and this and this, so that if somebody does this and this and this, I have a backup plan, you know? Not that someone leaves you literally out there to dry.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think the previous generation has taught us you need to have a backup plan. You need to be independent. You need to have your finances in check. You need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Yeah. So then I want to ask you guys, do you think women have been over-empowered? Do you think there's such a thing as over-empowerment? Because you know this girl child movement has become a very touchy topic.
I think those are the radical feminists who are too radical in this society, and I don't think it's a healthy attitude towards the society, because pride will come.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Then you'll start looking
feel
down
entitled will come in. So you'll be more full of yourself with and that will be a barrier in your critical thinking. Yeah, you won't allow maybe Najat to tell me this or Nasim to tell me this and Husna to tell me this, you know. Unaniambia kama nani, niko na gari yangu hapa,
but I make my own money, I have my own house, I have
I don't think being radical is a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be a liberal feminist or
Nasim, do you think there's such a thing as over-empowerment?
Okay. My views
here. Can a woman be too empowered?
Okay. I'd say there's nothing like too empowered, because we're not yet there, you know. We're not empowered. We think we're there, but we're not there.
Why
and I'm not saying this as a radical feminist. No, don't quote me wrong. No, like we're not there, you know, because the gap between the women who are empowered and the ones who are not is like so wide, you know. Kuna wale wenye wako work, and then okay, I'm saying work in this sense, but like they're not work, but they know what they want, they know what they deserve. But kuna wale wenye wame take it to another extent, you know, the radical feminists. And so about the gap, that's why I'm saying we're not too empowered. If we were because we're not yet empowered. If we were empowered, we'll all be on the same.
But do you think equity and equality are the same thing?
No, they're not.
They're not.
No, they're not.
So do you think the goal is for us to be on the same level, or is for us to have allowances that give us like sort of like that step up compared to where the gaps are?
Yeah, we should bridge the gap. Not like being on the same level, that's impossible, clearly. But we should try and bridge the gap, you know.
So more equity, not equality.
More equity.
Then it will be an interesting place to live, because if we were all in the same level, there won't be conflict of interest.
So what does feminism mean to you? What does feminism mean to you? First, would you call yourself a feminist?
A liberal one.
Yes, no? And what does it mean to you?
Yes, okay. Yes, of course I'm a feminist. I am a woman. Then to add on, I am a liberal one, because I love to let things be. Let people be. Let things be. You know, I don't have the why am I confused? I don't have the radical point of view when it comes to feminism. Then when I try to define the term feminism, it's destroying any social construct that has been made by the society. That we should be this, we should be submissive, we should be like, there are certain gender roles that have been made by the society
specifically for women.
For women, and I take the view that we should socially destroy it. There's social contract that should be not there.
Nassim, what do you?
To add on to what Husna said, like she basically said it all. So the fight for women is not against each other, it's against the patriarchy, and the patriarchy is what is, like, you know,
society
created. Like putting men above
women. Literally men chauvinism.
So what does feminism mean to you, Husna?
First, I can say I'm also a liberal feminist.
You guys are making me seem like a radical one.
No, you're not. Husna said she lets things be. I put it in a way that I'm a woman. If I see another lady doing good, I'm going to give you your props. I will support you.
You do. Yeah. Without any doubt. She usually celebrates me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I celebrate every woman because as women, there are a lot of things we go through that are looked down upon, that we're not vocal about. And if we try to talk about it, they're like, oh, you're trying to be equal to a man. Like being paid less at workplaces because you're a woman. I should speak about that. I should speak on that. Because you might find I actually do the job better, or I actually do more work than them.
Equal pay for equal work.
Exactly. So that is when you talk on such level, they're like, oh, you're trying to be equal to a man. That is not feminism. That literally at workplace, we're two individuals doing, let's say, the same thing, or maybe I'm doing it even better. Why am I being paid less? So for me, feminism is I will support every woman. I will celebrate every woman that is struggling, that is there to achieve. It becomes radical when you start feeling you're better, or when you have something against the other gender, like, oh no, like it's inside you, it's pride. Now you feel like, no, I have to show them I'm better than them.
We can't.
That is not feminism.
We can't.
That is not feminism. True. So I'm not a radical feminist. I will celebrate every woman. I support every woman that is achieving whatever it is that they're working on.
Exactly. No, for me, I think feminism, for me, it's just a right to choose. Every woman should have a right to choose for her life whatever she wants. If she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, if she doesn't want to have children, if she wants to have a career, if she doesn't want to have a career, whatever choice she makes, my idea of feminism is supporting her right to make that choice. So it doesn't matter whether she earns 10 shillings or earns 1,000,000 shillings. None of them is better than or lesser than. None deserves more props than the other. For me, as long as they're happy in whatever aspect that they're in, that to me is feminism. Just the right to choose. Because women did not have a right to choose whether they wanted to work or not. But now it's become a thing where you're not a feminist unless you're working. You're not a feminist unless you feel like, you know, you have this like chip on your shoulder where you're trying to fight the other gender. But that's not necessarily the case. For me, feminism is just a right to choose. The moment a woman has a right to choose whether she wants to go to school, doesn't want to go to school, whether she wants to get married, doesn't want to get married, whether she wants to work, doesn't want to work, whether she wants to be a mother or not, for me that's feminism, and that's the goal, the right to choose, the freedom to do with your life what you will.
Maybe that's what you're fighting for.
For me, that's what feminism is. So.
And I think we should coexist with the other gender, so that it, like, we it's like a puzzle. We have to
jigsaw. It is a jigsaw.
Together.
We have to be fixed together to make it work. I can't work alone. Though I'm a feminist, that doesn't mean that
you don't need a man.
Exactly.
We all need each other.
We all need
men
each other.
need women and women need men. That's how society was designed to work. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intended for us to survive and to thrive. So the moment we try and make the other irrelevant, then we're fighting a losing battle. And for me, it's not even like whereby I feel like I'm lesser than a man if I do certain things. Because already from like a religious perspective, I know the cheo in Yedini Menipa. And a woman is very my exalted. Life is 1,000 times better according to how God has described it to be compared to a man's life. The pressures that he's given a man, he hasn't given to me. Why should I take that on upon myself? You know?
Yeah.
Why should I?
As a woman, because we're all Muslim ladies here. Just go and read the teachings you get from Suratul Nisa. It will really empower you. It will help you know your place. Allah has exalted us so many levels. So nobody should just focus on the teachings on Suratul Nisa if you ever feel inferior.
Paradise is under the feet of women. That's not of mothers. True. A man can't be a mother.
That's true.
I don't want people to come after me. I'm not. It's just true.
Also, another thing. Men, this is true, men. If a woman, if there's, let's say, some form of mistreatment, and a woman tries to raise awareness on it, don't put that to be radical feminism. That's literally humanity. Stop looking at it like, oh, she's a feminist. It has nothing to do with feminism if you're mistreating somebody from the other gender. You know? Like right now, you see a lot of cases of FIDA is coming in, and then now most of the men start thinking FIDA is only for feminists. There are men who support FIDA.
This is the thing. Can women only be feminists? Can a man not be a feminist?
He can.
He can, right?
He has to be.
So feminism doesn't mean you're female.
It's like saying
it's the right to choose, the freedom to choose.
Everyone is fighting for Black Lives Matter. And then there's some people who are like, all lives matter. Same thing with feminism. We're fighting, these are problems with gender, obviously.
Exactly.
So we're fighting for the female child. You can't say, oh, we are all equal, we all matter.
The same way they're saying, okay, what we're saying when it comes to, yes, all lives matter.
They do.
But right now, Black Lives Matter because they're not there yet. No, but if all lives matter, then why are Black people being treated that way? It's the same thing with feminism. Right? Because, yes,
if there was no gender imbalance, there wouldn't be feminism.
Exactly. We wouldn't be complaining. There's a question you had asked, and I wanted to maybe put a point on it. You asked if we think, what was it? Women are too empowered. You say there's nothing like being too empowered. But yes, there is nothing like that. But I feel like the boy child has also been left out. There've been a lot of organizations that come only to empower the girl child. There've been a lot of school programs that are only dedicated to girls. When it comes to mental health, you find even in primary schools or high schools, they'll collect girls first
and talk to them.
And right now, what we're facing in the society is boys who they're not men, they're boys.
Boys masquerading as men.
Boys masquerading as men because they've been forgotten. Not only the girl child that needs counseling, boys need a lot of counseling. A lot of boys, let's say, have been raised by single mothers, especially in Nairobi. They don't have a father figure in their life. They don't have someone who can tell them how to be a man. So they come out here because he has beards, he thinks he's a man, but literally that's a boy, because what values of a man do you have?
Have you seen a boy with a beard?
Yes.
Many.
So many of them.
Please don't come for me. But yes, there's nothing like women being too empowered, but the boy child has been forgotten to some extent, because look at the amount of domestic violence that is going on. People like relationship partners killing each other and such stuff. If there was, I feel like if they should introduce also maybe counseling sessions for boys in schools. And those who, like, I've seen that with schools in the States where they have a father figure day, where every boy comes with either the dad or an uncle, and those who don't have, their male teachers in school take that responsibility. Why can't we have the same in Kenya?
Yeah. No,
why does a boy or somebody just finishes school and doesn't know anything? Maybe anything he knows about being a man is what he's getting from social media influencers.
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning names, but you obviously know them, who kind of paint it as a man you should be this. So now he thinks if he treats a woman this way, that's showing he's a man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As much as we are empowering women, boys should also be empowered to some extent.
Yeah, right. But I think that burden falls on society in general.
Yeah.
And also like men who actually know what it is to be a man should take that responsibility on. Because for us ladies, we can count the number of women in our lives who actually help us and guide us and bring us together, and we have that support system. So I think also men need to come up with that support system. Because for us, there's like a sisterhood sort of, where your aunties will give you advice, your uncles, your mothers and your cousins, female relatives will come to your aid and will drop hints of wisdom. So I think also for men, maybe there's certain areas where that happens. So what are your parting shots as a woman in the 21st? Are we in the 22nd century yet? No, 21st. I'm lost. Yeah. Okay.
A question.
Okay.
Would you rather stay in a marriage that you are not comfortable with, or be ready to be mocked by the society?
Mock me.
Can I go first?
Yeah, sure.
My mental health comes first.
Sure.
If I'm not happy, that means I'm suffering psychologically, and I won't be a good partner if I'm not 100%. So I'd rather leave.
And what about your kids?
I think for children, people need to remember that for your children to be happy, the parents need to be happy.
Exactly.
So even if you're not happy and you're forcing yourselves just to be under the same household,
Because of the
the
children.
energy won't even be like good for them. It's not a good environment. I would rather my children see both parents separate but happy than together and miserable.
That's true.
Yeah. So anyways, parting shots. As a woman, 21st century, what can you say to your fellow ladies out there? Like a bit of advice or wisdom or just whatever it is.
Okay. For me, it's don't settle, don't conform. If you're not comfortable, if you're not what's the word?
Ready?
No, if you're not kama haujaridhika.
Content.
Yeah, if you're not content with something, don't settle. You deserve better. You're worth more than you know. You know.
Yeah.
Go for what you're worth. Like, just don't conform.
Okay. Hasna?
Yeah, I'll also add on that. I'd go for someone who wants me to blow off the roof. Or someone who wants me to be there and be comfortable, just seeing me there. Yeah, so I want someone who is a feminist also. Yeah, in a male figure.
Yeah.
I'd say mine will reflect on mental health, because that is that's the key.
Yeah.
You should be the same thing. Don't settle. Like, focus on you first. The society has made it that men are the choosers. Work on yourself until by the time somebody is coming to choose you, you are ready to also scrutinize them. Like, is he the ideal person for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So until you're ready, don't settle.
Right. For me, my parting shot would be don't lose your femininity. You don't have to be like a man to survive in this world or to do what a man can do.
That's right.
You can still be feminine. You can still enjoy being a woman and still achieve what a man can do, or even better. So don't let go of your femininity because you feel that that's the only way you can, compete with a man. Because who wants to compete anyways? We
Don't have that
Coexist.
Okay, thanks guys for watching this episode. Do let us know what you think, and we'll see you next week when we talk to the guys.
Bye bye.